Give it up for Moishie Gamss, everybody. Let him in. Yeah.
All right. That was pretty nice. Well, happy belated New Year's, everybody. It's January 4th, and congratulations to me. This is the longest I've ever gone, having not broken my New Year's resolution. So just a little bit of background. I got sick and tired of just making a resolution and then 2 days later just totally screwing it up. So this year I decided to change the game a little. This year, my New Year's resolution is to stop keeping New Year's resolutions, which means I've locked in my victory early, and I have all the incentive in the future to stop keeping New Year's resolutions, so that's great. But I remember 2 years ago, so I made a resolution to kind of start saving a little bit of money, spend a little bit less, a little frugal, cheap, if you will, because, you know, I'm fiscally responsible, and if you didn't understand that, then welcome to New York. So I was in business school, and I was taking a negotiations class because, you know, fiscally responsible. So, but that negotiations class, there was a $175 book, and that's a lot of money. I don't want to spend $175 on a negotiations book, but there are tricks. You can get like the international versions. It's the same book, much cheaper. So I look online, I find it for $5. $5, that's amazing. So what do? I contacted the seller, and I offered her $3. Now, to address the elephant in the room, that's because it was a negotiations book, not because I'm Jewish. I meant, all right, you get the point. So that was good. I saved some money there. But on the flip side, I was in business school, so we had late night projects. You know, I had finals. I had to start drinking coffee. I needed to get that into me. But I'm not really a coffee drinker, so I basically went for the flavored stuff. I know there are people that, oh, you gotta get the dark roast. No, I went for the flavored stuff because I just needed the caffeine. So I bought like tons of Kahlua flavored coffee, because I like Kahlua. Kahlua tastes good. But then I get home and I'm like, wait a minute. Kahlua is just coffee flavored liqueur, and there is no alcohol in this coffee. So I'm playing like the markup for the flavored stuff for coffee flavored coffee. So basically, yeah, I did not keep to that New Year's resolution. But that's what business school did to me. Coffee addiction. It was, it was great. My class was unbelievable, so shout out to Stern 2015 if you're ever gonna watch this. But one of the coolest things that I loved about business school is that it was right near Washington Square Park. Now, I don't know if you guys have been there, but that place is amazing. That place is never not the weirdest place on earth. It's like, Washington Square Park is where you go to test the waters to see whether or not something is socially acceptable. That's Washington Square Park. And usually if you have to ask, probably not. So, like Washington, you go in the winter to Washington Square Park and you'll find people in like spandex, tighty-whities, with like a hula hoop and like juggling fruit and reciting Lewis Carroll's The Jabberwocky. That's Washington Square Park. Washington Square Park is where like the street performers that didn't quite make it in the subway, that's where they end up. So, and I used to go there all the time because I would study there, and it's awesome, it's beautiful. And when you go there enough, you start seeing the regulars. I don't know if you guys have been there, but there's the guy with the birds. He's my favorite. I don't know if he's just covered in hundreds of birds, and he's feeding them seeds throughout the day. And it's just like a goal of mine one time to like find out where he gets his seeds, steal them, and lace them with Imodium. Because I have never seen a bird that does not have diarrhea. And neither have you. So let's be clear about that. You never walk by like the overpasses, and then look down, and then you see some like peppercorns or raisinets. It's always like a guy with a paintball gun that's just shooting it down. Like, and I remember one time I was walking by the subway, and the overhead subway, and I was just like, ugh, it's just so much of it. It's just like hundreds of birds decided to have their lunch meeting 20 minutes ago, and they had the bird equivalent of Taco Bell. That's what was in front of me. And so I start walking around it because obviously it's disgusting, but the guy next to me, he stops, and he like looks up. I guess he's trying to investigate. Why would you look up, all right? Don't look up. That is, all right, let me run you through the best and the worst case scenarios here, okay? Best case scenario, nothing happens. It's birds, you've confirmed it. Great, go on with the rest of your day. That's the most you can ask for. Now the worst case scenario, some of you might be ahead of me on this one, but I'm not gonna tell you the worst case scenario, but I'll tell you to go to YouTube and search for bird poops in mouth. All right? Now, spoiler alert, there are no surprises in this video. It's like, you know exactly what you're getting. This video, Bruce Willis isn't dead at the end of the video, okay? Let's put it that way. This video is a lot more like 2 girls in 1 cup than it is like, yeah, I went there. It's a lot more like that than it is like the end of The Usual Suspects. The search itself, you know, that, by the way, those 3 things, those are pretty dated references, I get that. They're a little past time. And I guess I'm a little past time. So guys, thank you for coming out. You've been great.
Moishie Gamss, everybody.